This is Laura Wall, and I am currently on the hop-in platform for the TBW 2020 State Conference, and I am just clicking around and checking things out. So this is an informal tutorial that I wanted to share with everyone. So when you come in, the first thing that you're going to be prompted to do is set up your profile, your name, your email address, as well as your website address, and if you have one, a LinkedIn profile. Then you'll be brought into this area, which is the reception hall. So if you notice in the middle, we've got all these different icons. These are all of our sponsors. And whenever you click on any one of these, it takes you directly to their page. Pretty cool. So I'm going to go back here to the reception area. If you also notice over on the right side is this chat box. So the default setting here is chat, but you also are able to pop in and click on the polls to see if there's any polls going on, as well as look at who is currently in attendance or who has profiles and who's going to be attending. So as you can see here, here's my profile, and then some of the other speakers have already come and set up profiles. You also have a search bar here, so you could search within all of the attendees or registered attendees to find someone. And with each of these, you can click into them. And I'm going to click on Michelle's. And here you see, this is what you'll be able to set up on your own profile. So here is her picture. You get to fill in this information, as well as give your LinkedIn profile, if you have one, a Twitter profile, your website address, and then you get to put in a little bit of a description there. And, there's her whole profile, great. And then down here at the bottom, once we're in the conference together, you're able to reach out to an individual attendee and click on invite to a video call. So basically what that means is the two of you go into a one-on-one FaceTime or Zoom room type call, and you're able to just speak to them and see them on camera, and you're on camera. So I'm going to go back here to chat. And so this is where you're down here at the bottom, you're able to type in and leave a chat. And this chat is seen throughout all the different rooms. But again, right now we're in the reception area. So if I wanted something to show up on the screen, I could just type hello. And then I would click on either the return key, or I could click down here. You can see how now it has gone from gray to blue. Click on the little send, looks like a paper airplane there. And now you can see on the screen I have my name, my profile, picture, as well as what I've typed into the chat. If you want the chat to go away, there's a little teeny tiny right arrow and a little line up here at the top of the chat above the word chat. If I click on that, you'll notice that it expands everything that's in the middle, and it makes that chat box go away. You still can access the chat information here. So that's polls, that's people, that's the chat box. This is notifications. So like if someone were trying to contact you, and if you want it to expand again, you would just click on it again. If I needed to adjust my profile, this is where I would go. So here's my account. I can go and edit my profile. So if I had put something in incorrectly, or I wanted to change out my picture or change out my byline, I would be able to click on edit profile. And as you can see, it pulls it up here, and I am able to enter in more information. I'm going to click on save and get back out of there. Alrighty, so this is the reception area. And so again, just like if we were having this at a hotel, you would see this nice big banner welcoming you, and you would also see all of the banners of the people that are sponsoring us. And like I said, these are all connected to links to their websites. So on the left side of the screen is your menu button for how to get around the conference. So on the left side, the top one, you can see it's already highlighted. We're in the reception area. If I click on the second one down, it's labeled stage. That's going to take me to the main stage. And as you can see, nothing's happening on the main stage right now. This is where we're going to have the welcome from Mayor Gunter of San Angelo. Brenda Gunter will be welcoming us at 9:50 on Saturday. We'll also be having our keynote speaker here, and we will also be having a workshop here. So, and our dance party, our virtual happy hour, will be here on the main stage. On the left side, you can see the next button down says sessions. So when I click on sessions, we've got some practice sessions set up. These are not going to be the actual ones, but this is where you would go for roundtable discussions. And each of these different roundtables would be labeled with their topic, the speaker, and you would be able to click on those and go into the discussion. So I'm going to click on one to show you. And as you can see, this blank space here is where the presenter would be. And then you would be able to see over here on this side, you could either look at the chat for just the session, or if you wanted to see what was going on for the whole event, you would click on the event one that goes back to everybody's chat. So this is just the chat for the session. So that way you're able to interact with the presenter at the round table. This one also has the capability of you, quote unquote, hopping on stage with the presenter. So if I click here, let's say that I'm attending a roundtable and Amanda Rosani is presenting and I want to join her on stage and she and I have a dialogue, both of us on camera, I could click on share audio video and it's going to bring me on. There I am. Hello, don't I look amazing? I can ask her my question, and actually if she's already on there, this screen would be divided and it would show both of us side by side. I'm going to go ahead and leave. There we go. And you can also see down here, I take that back before I leave, you can see I can turn off my video. I could just leave on my audio, but I'm actually on stage. I turn my video back on, or maybe if she was talking and there was some background noise, I could mute myself. And then this button here is for additional settings. So I may need to connect with some other part of my computer. Go ahead and close that. I'll go ahead and leave. And it'll confirm I'm leaving the stage, so that means I'm turning off my camera and I'm going back into the audience. So that's an optional thing. You don't have to join her on stage and turn on your camera. It's a great way to connect. But otherwise, on the right-hand side, we've got this chat box. So the presenters will be interacting with all of those people at their roundtable, and you're able to ask questions here. So the next feature of the conference, the last button down, here is networking. So if I click on networking, and right now there's no one else logged on, but if I were to click on it, and if everyone were here at the conference, it's going to ask me, am I ready? So when I click on yes, what it's going to do, you can see it says you'll meet the next person available. So this has kind of like speed dating matching software. So on behind the scenes, it's going to go and see who else has requested to network, and it'll put two of us in a room together and turn on our cameras, and we'll be able to chat. So that's how you network. That's one way to network. And the other way to network, I think I showed you before, was to directly reach out to a person that's attending. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this and remind you about that. So again, if I wanted to go and see who all is attending, I could just go and look for and reach out to anyone here. So let's say Lita was attending and I wanted to talk to her just one-on-one. Kind of like if you were in the conference and you were listening to a speaker and you saw a friend you hadn't seen in a long time and you wanted to pull them out in the hallway, you might wave at them, they join you in the hall, and you could have a private conversation just to the side. So I would again click here, and then I would invite her to a video call, and she might approve it, she might decline it. The networking function is going to connect you with a random person, and the people invite to video call is going to invite you to a private call with someone that you've chosen. This also gives you the option of being able to connect with people, again, kind of like passing a private note. Here you could text them, send them a note directly while within the conference. So then that way that information would not appear in chat. So I'm going to go back. So I've still got people selected. So if I wanted to return to the chat, I would click on chat. That shows the chat for everything that's going on. And then if I just wanted to return to networking, then that's going to show my contact information. And again, it's going to bring me back to this screen to let me choose if I wanted to meet someone new. And then the last area that we'd mentioned was the Expo area. This is where all of our vendors are. So when you click on Expo, it'll take you in and it'll show you these different blocks of information. These are all of our virtual vendor booths. So you've got nice long virtual booth tables here. So when I click on one of those, again, it'll take me into someone's profile in their booth. So this one is Amanda Rosani's. She's provided a YouTube video to run in this space. So again, I could click on that and watch it. Maybe I watch a little bit and I decide to pause it. And instead I can go over here and I've got a couple of different options here. So this is her logo. All of this information she has provided, so you could read a little bit more about her product or service. And then this button here, whatever it says, so if it says shop books on my website, that's going to send you to her website. Otherwise, for every single one of the vendors, this little globe also will take you straight to their website. It's not super obvious, but that is a button to connect you to a vendor's website. So you can go immediately and shop for, like maybe they have a special offer on conference day and they say, go to the website and grab yours now. That's the little globe button that you'd want to click on. I'm gonna go back and click on the Expo button again. That's going to take me back to the main area of the Expo button. I got out of Amanda's booth area, and down here you can see there's a couple more tables. We've got Pampered Chef and we've got Fit with Oils. So I'm going to go take a look at Pampered Chef. And so here, so each vendor has the option to set up these buttons to be unique. So sometimes they are to indicate that you're interested and you want the vendor to contact you later. Or in this case, for Pampered Chef, she has a fund set up. So if I clicked on that, it's going to take you to, it's going to let her know that you're interested in donating. So I'm guessing that maybe she's going to contact you later. That's Joyce O'Connell there. And like I said before, if I just want to go and look at her website, I would click on the little globe there, or I could even watch this video. So once again, you can see here in the chat box, I'm in the vendor area. That lets me look at the booth and all of the information about that particular vendor. I could go and see what everyone's chatting about in the main area. I could actually, click on event and then I can see what everyone is chatting about in the main area. Or I could chat with someone who's sitting there at their booth. That's how I could talk to Joyce if she was there at her booth if the conference were going on. Like I said, we're kind of testing everything out behind the scenes. I also can look at what else is going on in the main areas, the polls that are for the whole conference, as well as look at all of the different people that are in attendance. So if I want to go back to any of the areas, if I want to go and look at more booths, I'd click on the Expo button again. It'll take me back out and show me all the booths that are set up, and I can go to any of the other areas. And on conference day, here in the reception area, we're going to have a schedule posted. So if you're wanting to know what's going on when you log in and out, so like if you're hopping in at different times, you want to come and hear the keynote, and then maybe you want to come back later for round tables, you'll be able to see here on the main page, there'll be a schedule posted of all the different times for the different activities. And like I said before, reception is where it takes you to as a default. The stage is where we're going to have most of our events. Sessions will be where we have our round table sessions. Those are going to be held at 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock. And each one of the presenters has a 15-minute presentation and then has 15 minutes for questions. So you basically could attend 2 30-minute sessions or go to 2 different roundtable presentations. But if you're a hopper, you can hop around to different tables and catch bits of different presenters if you chose. And then the last button here, the second to the last button would be networking. And again, you can do that at any time. Networking opens at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and we will have that open during all of the other activities. So if you are in attendance of some talk or workshop and you'd rather go and see a human face and be on screen and talk to somebody, meet a new businesswoman, you would come to networking. And then again, as usual, just like at all conferences, you always can duck out and head over to the vendors and shop the different vendor booths. Last but not least, there is a search button up here for people, and the chat, like I'd mentioned before, that chat is global. So that means it's the chat for the entire conference. So just wanted to show you around there, and I hope this has given you a little preview of what to expect on Saturday, June 13th. We are so looking forward to being there with you in the audience, seeing you on stage, seeing you in the networking area, and of course, seeing you at the virtual dance party and happy hour at the end of the conference. Thank you so much for checking us out.